Only Zane Grothe, who anchors, swam in the preliminaries. And the other thing, Todd, the U.S. does have a little fresh water on that side of them. Right. That empty lane on top will give them a little bit of advantage there, and they can kind of put the blinders on. These are only Haas returns from that Olympic gold medal team from last summer. So these guys are kind of new to this environment. So I think being in that outside lane will actually help them. You mentioned the World Championships. They've won 8 golds out of 16 times it's been contested at the Worlds. They've never failed to win a medal at the Olympic Games, dating back to 1908. That's how good the United States is in this relay. They've won 17 of the 24 Olympic gold medals. So they certainly have a history of success in this relay. Blake Peroni, he was 13th in the 200 individual freestyle, Todd. So you know he's got that early speed. He also won his lifetime best as part of the 400 freestyle relay that won gold earlier in the meet. So he's got that speed going out. Nobody can see him over there.
Blake Peroni in lane number 1, leading it off for Team USA. Australia in lane number 4. And hard to believe, Rowdy, 6 days into the World Championships, Australia looking for their first gold here in Budapest.
146.3. He went at the U.S. trials. This is where it's so important. Far right, you can't miss him. Peroni just needs to maintain that stroke because a lot of guys are going to come up on him and go by him. But just give the United States enough of an edge to stay with him, because the fastest 2 legs for the United States are up front. So they're going to have to give a huge lead.
Townley Haas now in the pool for the Americans. Russia has the lead at the exchange. There you see Haas, silver in the 200 free here, fastest of the 32 in the heat tonight.
Peroni did his job. Absolutely did his job. 146.3 leadoff, right on his best time. And he was right with the Goyak, who was 7th in the 200 freestyle, a guy that final. That's Russia's second best 200 freestyler. He was 7th. Krasnik at the end was 45-2 for Russia. And that's who the teams are shaping up right now. It's going to be Russia. Boy, what a night they've had. What a night Russia's had at these World Championships. One of the best nights in the history of the World Championships for a country. They win this. That's 4 gold medals in one night. Only the United States can claim that kind of success. 4 in a row as well.
Mikhail Vlkovichev of Russia is holding things down now in lane number 3, the second leg. Also, Townley Haas there in lane number 1 for the USA. And those are the teams out in front right now. Haas makes the turn first for the final 50.
Haas was 2nd in the individual 200. Vlkovichev was 146.7 on his relay this morning split, and he really is doing a nice job. You've got to give credit to this guy to be able to kind of hang in there with Haas. You didn't want to give him more than a body length, and he's not going to get more than a body length. He's going to stay right with him, which is really good news for Russia at this point.
Jack Conger in the water for the U.S. Danila Izotov of Russia takes over in lane number 3, and it's the U.S. out in front, and Russia sits in second, but the rest of the field now starting to close in.
Jack Conger was 16th at the U.S. national trials. He didn't even make the team as part of the relay. But the guy went 145.7 last summer. So he is the wild card. There's no doubt about it. He was 5th in the 200 butterfly earlier in the meet. So you know he's got that speed to be able to hang in there. But the coaches said, let's give this guy a chance. He knows he's done it before. He's going to have a body length at least, though. That's the key. He's going to have a body length on Krasnik. He wants the bronze. Remember, Krasnik won the bronze medal. Grothe, he's finaled in a couple of events, but right now the Russians are looking good. He's a top with 145.9 on his relay, and actually is catching Conger. He's not, unless Conger's got another gear this last 50, Russia's going to win their 4th gold medal.
Jack Conger, lane number 1 for USA. Danila Izotov of of Russia in lane 3 as they make the turn the final 50. Russians will be handing off to Alexander Krasnik. The Americans hand off to Zane Grothy.
And now Great Britain looks like they're going to be back into it, as well as Australia. Great Britain's got a great anchor lead, a guy in James Guy, who was 5th in the 200 freestyle. Now, he does have the body length on Guy. The United States certainly looks like they're going to win a medal.
And Grothy in the water. Krasnik of Russia joins him. So it's lanes 1, 3, 4, and 5 in medal contention right now. The Americans with the lead, Russia in second. But how about the swim right now in lane number 5? What a performance by Great Britain, now pulling even and now ahead of the Russians.
What a job these first 3 legs do. I can't say enough about Blake Peroni, Townley Haas, and Jack Conger. 146.3, 144.5, and 145.3 on Jack Conger. I mean, absolutely brilliant. You can't fault them. They may not have the depth as these other teams do. It looks like James Guy is going to have a great swim and go by the Russians and the United States, and he did. He just went by the Russians, and now it looks like Russia starting to go by the United States. The United States hanging in there with a second spot. Really, the United States has now got to look at Australia. If they want to get a medal, it doesn't look like they're going to win. They're not going to.
Jack Cartwright holding it down for Australia, but it's all about James Guy having a great swim tonight, going right past Alexander Krasnik of Russia in lane number 3.
And Grothy is going to flip 3rd. He's going to end up at least 3rd or 4th. It depends on how much Jack Cartwright from the Australia spin at the first 150. He's a 2nd and 2/10 behind Zane Grothy.
It's Russia and Great Britain for the gold. Great Britain has the lead. James Guy bringing it home. The 2015 world champ in the 200 free, turning on the afterburners. And the U.S. is going to pick up a medal. It will be bronze, but Great Britain gets the win. Russia 2nd, the U.S. 3rd. Rowdy, considering what they were facing, is that a win for Team USA just being on the podium?
I think it was an absolute huge win. I know that we're watching at home and you think, the United States, they never lose relays, but they were up against a wall against the depth of Great Britain and Russia. I felt like they could have easily been 4th. Easily been 4th. A lot of guts for that swim right there. Grothy was 146.9. They're all right on their splits that really on paper, I gave them all a little bit slower on paper. So really, a huge job. Right, there's Townley Haas. They went with their 2 horses in the beginning. The best, one of the best 200 freestylers in the world. He won the silver medal, for crying out loud. The anchor for the United States. Actually, he was 2nd in Rio last summer, and he outsplit everybody else on that relay. Had another great split, 144.5 for him. But here's the finish. Zane Grothy did his job. He did what he needed to do. He grabbed the medal for the United States. Really, really nice job.
Townley Haas, Zane Grothy there, congratulating the other swimmers. Great Britain with Stephen Mill, Nicholas Granger, Duncan Scott, and James Guy get the job done in the pool with a time of 7:01.70. Russia holds on for 2nd with a 7:02.68, and the Americans in the bronze medal position with a 7:03.